Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we bring you a truly emotional story.
It is the story of a poor little girl who stood on the same street every night. She was chasing the butterflies around a streetlight and dreaming. She didn't have much, but she had one simple dream. One night, her path crossed with a man who walked that street every evening, a simple meeting that would change both of their lives forever.
Stay with us, because this small dream carries a story you will never forget. Let's get started.
Every night, I like to take a short walk. I walked for about 30 minutes, and then I went back home. I took the same street every evening. On this street, I often saw a little girl. She was very young, maybe 7 years old. She liked to follow small butterflies that flew around a bright streetlight on a wall. She watched them with great joy. One day, she caught my attention. She wore an old dress and she had no shoes on her feet. Her hair was long and her eyes were green. At first, she did not look at me when I passed by, but after some days, she started to notice me. She looked at me and gave me a small smile. One evening, I stopped and spoke to her. I asked, "What is your name?" She said, "My name is Asmاء." She spoke in a soft and gentle voice. I asked her where she lived. She pointed to a small wooden room beside a wall. She said, "This is our home. I live here with my mother and my brother, Khalid." Her home looked very small, but she spoke about it with pride. I asked about her father. She said he used to work as a driver in a big company, but he had passed away. After that, her brother came running into the street. Asmاء smiled and ran to him, so I continued my walk. Day after day, I passed the same place. Each time I stopped to talk to Asmاء. She was always happy to see me and smiled every time. One day, I asked her, "What do you want the most? What is your dream?" She answered, "Every morning I go to the end of the street. I watch the girls walk into their school. They wear the same uniform and enter through a small gate. I don't know what they learn inside. I only watch from outside." Then she said, "My dream is to wear a uniform like them. I want to enter that small gate. I want to learn to read and write." Her words stayed with me. She had a very simple dream, but it was a big dream for her life. After that, I started to bring her small gifts. Sometimes I gave her shoes, sometimes clothes, sometimes toys or food. She always smiled and thanked me with bright eyes. One day, she told me that a housemaid from a nearby home taught her how to sew. She said she liked sewing very much and wanted to make small things. She asked me, "Can you bring me cloth and tools for sewing?" I said yes, and brought her what she needed. Another night, she asked me something special. She said, "Can you teach me how to write 'I love you'?" Her voice was shy but hopeful. I agreed. We sat on the ground near the streetlight. I wrote the words slowly in the sand. She watched with full attention. Then she tried to write them herself. Her writing was not perfect at first, but she learned very quickly. Every night we wrote the same words. Soon she could write them very well. She was very proud of herself. One evening, she said, "Close your eyes." I did not know why, but I closed my eyes. She quickly touched my cheek and then ran toward her small room. I opened my eyes and saw her disappear inside, smiling. The next day, I had to travel outside the city. I left for 2 weeks and could not say goodbye to her. I knew she waited for me every night, and this thought made me sad, but I had to leave. When I returned, the first thing I wanted to do was see Asma again. That night, I walked quickly to her street, but when I arrived, the street light near her home was off. The street was quiet. I waited for her, but she did not come. I came again the next night. Still, she did not appear. I came for 5 nights in a row, but I never saw her. I felt something was wrong. On the 6th day, I decided to visit her mother. I walked to the small wooden room and knocked softly. Her brother Khalid opened the door. Then her mother came out. When she saw me, her eyes filled with tears. She said, "She told me you would come. She described you exactly." I felt worried and asked, "Where is Asma? Is she sick?" Her mother wiped her tears and said, "Asma is gone." She told me that Asma had become very ill one night. Her fever was high and she felt very weak. Her mother took her to a nearby clinic, but she did not have enough money. Then she took her to a public hospital, but they did not help her without a file. She tried everything she could, but Asma grew weaker and home. Her mother told me she stayed with her daughter and did her best to comfort her, but Asma could not stay alive. Her mother cried again. I felt my heart break. I wanted to cry too, but I could not. I felt empty and lost. Then her mother gave me a small piece of cloth. She said, "Asma asked me to give you this." I opened it. It was a small square cloth. She had sewn the words "I love you" on it with great care. She had worked hard to make it perfect. In that moment, I understood why she wanted to learn the words. I also understood why she hid her hands the last time I saw her. Her fingers were tired from sewing. That night was the last time I walked in that street. The place had beautiful memories, but also heavy sadness. Asma had a small dream, to learn, to go to school, to have a chance in life. There are many children like Asma. They all have dreams, and they all deserve hope, love, and a better life.
The end. That's all for today. We hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. See you next time for more exciting stories. Goodbye!